Alright guys, welcome back with me with another YouTube video. So today I'll talking about Charlotte Linlin in One Piece. So, make sure to stay tuned for that. If you do enjoy seeing this anime reviews and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button, and if you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future anime videos. Big Mom is one of the 4 most notorious pirates in One Piece. These 4 notorious pirates are dubbed as the 4 Emperors. 68 years ago, Charlotte Linlin, who will later be known as Big Mom, is born. 63 years ago, Charlotte Linlin was dropped off at Elbaf by her birth parents to never return. She gets taken care of by Mother Carmel. As Carmel noted, Linlin was once a truly kind-hearted little girl. At 5 years old, Linlin tried to help people and even animals such as a bear and a wolf. On the 7th day of fasting, 5 days before the winter solstice, Linlin destroys a village on Elbaf over a craving of semla, killing Jorel in the process. The sheep's house leaves Elbaf. Sometime after the sheep's house celebrates Linlin's 6th birthday, Linlin was left alone. Elbaf became so repugnant of Linlin that they refrained from saying her name. Streusen joins with Linlin to the creation of Dream Country on the island at the center they were in, which eventually came to be Whole Cake Island, and the rest of the surrounding islands, to be named Toto Land. Linlin later discovered that she somehow had gained Carmel's soul fruit powers. The island would later go on to become Whole Cake Island. Linlin began engaging in pirating activities, raising villages for sweets and treasure, with Streusen handling the latter. She quickly gained a bounty of 50 million berries, which multiplied by 10 while she was still young as she became more powerful and fearsome. 50 years ago, when she was 18 years old, Linlin gave birth to her first child, starting her family, and has since birthed about once a year for 42 years, earning her the epithet of Big Mom, with some of them being multiple births, eventually having 85 children from 43 husbands. At some point, she became part of the Rocks Pirates and battled with Gold D. Roger and Monkey D. Garp during the God Valley incident. 33 years ago, Big Mom went back to forming her own crew. Big Mom had sought to become Pirate King and reach Laugh Tale even before the Great Age of Pirates. Over 24 years ago, Roger managed to read Big Mom's road poneglyph, allowing him to beat her to Laugh Tale. After the Battle of Marineford and the death of Whitebeard, Fishman Island was once again vulnerable to pirate attacks and to the slave trade. Big Mom decided to protect it in Whitebeard's place, but demanded large amounts of candy as payment, thus leading to the Candy Factory's creation. Big Mom is an extremely gluttonous woman who loves to eat sweets above all else, and has all the islands under her protection pay her with metric tons of whatever kind of confectionery or pastry they can produce. Big Mom suffers from an unknown disease dubbed as an eating disorder, known as hunger pangs in the Funimation subs, in which she becomes obsessively fixated on a sweet theme, and will go on a crazed rampage in search of the food she wants to eat. She has suffered from this disorder since before she was 5 years old. Stemming from her love for sweets, Big Mom is extremely fond of having tea parties, which she dearly looks forward to from the bottom of her heart, as noted by Jinbei. Thus, Big Mom is extremely generous to people who attend her tea parties, joyfully offering a large variety of pastry delicacies and extravagant drinks for them to eat and drink as much as they want, and can be murderously enraged if her tea parties are ruined in any way. Inspired by Carmel's words, though she misunderstood them, Big Mom also desires to create a nation where all races can happily live together due to wanting a family comprised of individuals of all races that she can dine with at eye level with via Caesar Clown's gigantification research. Big Mom is very arrogant and proud of her status as an emperor and the queen of Toto Land. Big Mom views herself superior and confident in her abilities that she doesn't want any outside help, as she berated her second son, Katakuri, for interfering when confronting Luffy. Big Mom also taunts her opponents and looks down on them, as when Luffy, his crew, and his allies were trying to escape, Big Mom called him out for being a coward for going back on his word to defeat her. While Big Mom looks down on anyone who oppose her, she detests anyone who does the same to her, as she was angry at Luffy for talking back at her to not be cocky just because she is an emperor, and when she failed to take Jinbei's lifespan. Big Mom also has no fear of her fellow emperor and old-time acquaintance, Kaido, despite him being called the strongest creature in the world and renowned for his invulnerability. As one of the 4 emperors, Big Mom is one of the 4 most powerful pirates in the world. As the only female member, this effectively makes Big Mom the single most powerful female pirate in the world. The 5 elders have stated that she is one of the few people capable of stopping Blackbeard. Big Mom has immense superhuman physical strength, demonstrated by her ability to climb tall buildings despite her massive size, throw punches with tremendous destructive power, and hurl Prometheus with extreme force using only a single arm. She was already born with her unnatural strength, as seen when she killed a large bear instantly with a single smack. Big Mom has acquired the powers of the Soul Fruit after the death of its previous owner, Carmel, a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows her to manifest the soul of whomever she touches into an ethereal substance. She can grab hold of this substance and extract it from the victim, taking away their lifespan by an amount of her choice and absorbing it into herself. If taken at a sufficient number, it will kill the victim. However, this ability has no effect on anyone who does not fear her or death. She can put harvested souls into non-living things in order to give them life or into animals in order to give them human abilities. Those creatures are named homies. With her devil fruit powers, Big Mom used fragments of her own soul to create 3 special homies that are far more powerful than ones created with other people's souls: Zeus, a thundercloud she summons with her left hand; Prometheus, a sun she summons with her right hand; and Napoleon, a bicorn she wears on her head. Zeus and Prometheus allow Big Mom to unleash extremely powerful flames and lightning bolts, and can also combine their powers to manipulate the weather and create massive storms. She can also ride both Zeus and Prometheus to fly at high speeds. Napoleon can relay information received from other homies to Big Mom, and it also contains a retractable blade that it can use to both attack on its own and for Big Mom to wield in combat. At a very young age, Linlin gained a bounty of 500 million berries, which goes to show how big a threat she posed to the government right from the beginning. In due time, she would eventually join the Rocks Pirates, where she was crewmates with the likes of Whitebeard and even Kaido. Gaining even more infamy after leaving Rocks, Big Mom rose to the status of a Yonko at an unspecified time and acquired a bounty of 4,388,000,000 berries. Big Mom is one in the world who can use all 3 types of Haki. Big Mom possesses Conqueror's Haki. Big Mom has vast mastery of armament Haki. By hardening her arm, she easily blocked Luffy's Gear 4th Kong gun with just one arm. Big Mom possesses the ability to use observation Haki. In her youth, she was seen using a flintlock during the battle at God Valley. Big Mom equals 120% admirals. This is with respect to admirals. So now comparing her to other emperors. We cannot compare Big Mom with Shanks, since Shanks is a complete mystery. When Big Mom talked about Kaido to Luffy, she said, "Kaido, you cannot defeat that thing." This shows that Kaido is a monster even in the eyes of Big Mom. She acknowledges Kaido's strength. Then when she talked with Kaido over coming to Wano, Kaido threatened her that he would kill her if she comes here, but Big Mom said, "Feel free to try." This shows that even though she acknowledges Kaido's strength, she is not afraid to fight him if necessary. So based on these conversations, I think we can say, Big Mom equals Kaido. Both Big Mom and Kaido are super destructive and have monstrous strength. They take Luffy's Gear 4 attacks like nothing. But unless more is revealed about Kaido, I can't say he is stronger than Big Mom, which is the popular opinion.